Okay.
Hey, welcome back to Market Chat with Brenda and Lori. I'm Brenda Alfano with Capstone Home Loans. I'm a mortgage advisor, and this is...
I'm Lori DaSilva with Remax Elite. I specialize in residential purchases and sales.
And okay, so what we discussed in the previous video was about getting pre-approved, building your team, and doing the pre-approval. So today, Lori, why don't we talk about what the initial appointment with you looks like for this first-time home buyer?
Absolutely.
Or any home buyer, right?
True. So the initial appointment, the purpose is really to understand the buyer's wants and needs. And why that's important, I think, is to focus in when they start looking at homes, really what is it that they want or need in a home. It's discussing, how far away from work are you going to be, or do you want to be? Do you need to be in the same school district if you have children? Do you need a particular lot size? What's the purpose of the property, I guess? So
Great.
It all plays in. And determining the purchase parameters, there's 3 criteria that every buyer uses to find a home: price, style, and condition. Price they're getting from their pre-approval. That's why it's so important to get your lender in place.
Don't want to shop over the more than you can afford.
Exactly. Style, sometimes people need like a single-story home. They can't do stairs. Some people like a 2-story home. Maybe they want to have all the bedrooms upstairs and public areas downstairs. Some people need maybe a basement or an office area. And condition, is it something that, are you able to work on a home and do some upgrades yourself, or do you need something that is move-in ready and you don't want to do anything? So all those come into play, and it determines what goes into your property search. We can really dial things in on the search itself. So
okay, I would actually have a couple of questions about the property search.
Okay.
What exactly does that mean, and what do you do with the property search?
Right. So what we do is we use the Northwest MLS, and we enter criteria into the property search. So once I have a conversation with the client, I can narrow down what county, what cities, what areas. I can put in the style of homes: a 1-story, a 2-story, a split level. I can narrow it down to how many bathrooms. I can narrow it down to lot size. I can actually narrow it down if they need a mother-in-law. What type of parking. I can really dial it in. That way, when you are looking for a home, you're not all over the board. I mean, it's great. We have so many tools online anymore, and it's great that you can go online and look yourself. And a lot of people are very comfortable with that. But when you're actually searching for a home, you don't want to get distracted by a lot of other things. So I think it's really important to get your wants and needs. So
remember the other day we were talking about they give you their wants and needs.
Correct.
And the area they want to live in.
Correct.
How important is it that if they change their mind about that they let you know?
Right. So my criteria is really based on what they're telling me. So if something changes, a lot of times we'll start looking at homes or maybe even areas, and they're deciding that the area that they once thought was good for them maybe isn't. Maybe they've driven it during a high traffic period, and they've decided that this is something that I do not want. So it's very easy to change the criteria on a search.
But they have to let you know.
Well, yes, because I cannot remind, but so very important that we're talking to each other about things like that. Yeah.
Cool. And then your next point about viewing homes?
Yeah, so viewing homes, it's not necessarily a process of selection, but elimination. Because, you kind of really get a sense of what you're really looking for when you go into a home. Usually we kind of go into a home, and once we view it and we know what their wants and needs are, we leave the house and we discuss, now this is what you wanted. Is this exactly, this house has everything you want. Is this what you want, to purchase? And it's kind of like, we have a little checklist, and we will literally say, no, this one is not it.
Got it.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll find one that's got everything. Maybe the price might be a little bit high, but then we use that particular home as, the model, like, let's find something like this. So, but really a process of elimination. So,
Right. And then
yeah.
helping them open up the horizons for them a little bit, because sometimes we think we know what we want
yeah,
until we go and see it, right? Or like,
correct.
oh, I thought I only wanted, 2-bedroom, but oh boy, it's looking like 3-bedroom might be better. So we need
Right.
to change your criteria.
Right,
And will I still be pre-approved for that?
right, right,
Because that's going to be a higher price point more than likely.
correct. And it's all keeping in touch with your team,
Absolutely.
Sometimes people walk into homes, like staging is great. It kind of creates emotion when you walk into a home. I've had people get carried away with staging, like they love it because it's so beautiful, but maybe it doesn't have the criteria that they're looking for. And then it's my job really to kind of pull them back into what they wanted or needed.
Or told you that they wanted.
Or told me that they wanted, yeah. So last month in February for new listings, this year we ended up with 581 new listings in Snohomish County versus 862, which is down 32.6% to the previous year. Months of inventory was 0.5 this year versus only 0.3 last year. The reason those things are important to stay up on also is although we had more listings this year than last year, we are still very, very low. So viewing homes right away and really kind of getting out and staying focused, because the whole point is we need to get you in a home. So always keeping our eye on the market.
And we'll probably every video or every other video we'll tell you what is going on like this, a little bit of stats about the market, so that because it's ever changing and we're moving into the home buying season.
Yes.
And I read an article the other day actually that showed it is April, May, June, July, September.
Right.
It left out August.
Right.
But it also, that was very interesting. It showed which of those months they get more of their asking price over their asking price for.
Mhm.
They broke it down by the months. So if you are thinking about buying, now is definitely the time to start doing
yes
the search, get the pre-approval, talk to an agent, hopefully Lori, and then start looking, because it's going to take how many homes do people usually do before they actually find the home they want? Typically,
I would say at least anywhere from 5 to 10. In a busy market, it could be more because you're competing with other people. I've seen multiple offers starting to happen where in the fall we weren't seeing them as often. So it just kind of depends on the market.
Yeah. Right. And it takes on the actually, and we're going to talk a little bit about this on the next video about what is the process on the lending side during this time period. But it's going to take, once you make your offer and get it accepted, it's going to take a minimum of 30 days before you have access to that home. So keep that in mind. If you're looking and you want to be there in June or July, you need to start talking now.
Right.
So anything else we want to chat about today?
I think that's it for today for me.
Great. Well, thanks so much for joining us
Thank
at Market
you.
Chat with Brenda and Lori, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.